Namaste, everyone. My name is Tammy. Our collapse is based on this lovely quote. Use your smile to change the world. Don't let the world change your smile. And being that it is Monday, sometimes it's a little bit harder that we're maybe moving into the beginning of our week. Sometimes you could feel like those Monday blues, but I want you to really start to think about yourself. So we turn inward in our class and here into a seated pose, crossing your legs and sitting up nice and tall with an inhale breath, twisting over to one side. Exhale, hold. Inhale, sit a little taller. And exhale. Inhale, sitting a little taller. And then exhale, coming out of the twist. Crossing your legs the opposite way. And here in this next pose, to the other side, just checking in to see how your physical body is doing. With an inhale breath, sitting up nice and tall, and exhale breath, twisting to the side. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhale, hold. Inhale, sit taller. And exhale, coming back towards the center. And extending our legs. Extend your legs towards the front and then give them a shake, shake, shake out. Bending through the knees, take your knees wider than the hips and windshield wiper knees side to side. So just getting into our bigger joints so that starting to feel up and awaken our body. So with the beginning of the week, we want to start feeling refreshed, rejuvenated as we move through the rest of the week. Take those legs long again, sitting up tall, and then shake them out. Okay. Now we're going to do some brushes, and we're just going to wake up through our legs. So coming down through your legs and out through your two toes, we brush. And we have one more time to do this. Lovely. And release. We make our way to all fours. And now through our tailbone, we're just going to do a little wag of our tail. Sitting back into the heels and then come forward. Do that again, sit back into the heels and come forward. One more time, sit back into the heels. Come forward into all fours. Another mobility movement through our spine for cat-cow. Moving into our cow pose first. Engage your bandha, so that natural energy lock. With an inhale breath, draw the tailbone up and we draw our head towards the sky, opening up and into cat. Into cow with a nice big inhale breath. And I want you to start to feel the breath coming into the back throat. Exhale, big arch. One more time, inhale. And the exhale breath into the big arch. And release to the neutral spine. Puppy pose, next pose, step forward with the right hand, left hand, forearms coming down. And still that opening up through our spine, now into our pelvis, let the forehead rest. Inhale breath, make your way back up to all fours and turn over towards your side. Turn over to the back. So now we are supine, one knee and then the other knee coming in towards our chest and hold off. Let that pelvis release again. Take your knees a little bit open to the side. So they're splaying open so we can let our pelvis widen. Now, is this the first time that you've been able to have a moment for yourself, be in stillness? Take the knees back to the center, bring the legs up, and now into the ankles. We point and flex our feet. And now hold and a little circle in one direction. And then in the other direction, the feet could be going opposite directions. And then hold. Bending through the knees, float one foot down and then the other foot down to the floor. Figure four, cross your right ankle over top of the left. Okay. Now, maybe we just like to hold figure four with our left foot down. And then gently press onto the inside of the right knee. Or wrap your hands around the left leg, threading the needle. Let our pelvis release into the ground with our exhale breath. Are you able to hear your breath? I know you're breathing. I know you're hearing it now. How about if we tip our right foot down to the left side a little bit here? So just to feel the opening into our pelvis just a little bit differently. And come back to the center and releasing the left foot down. Okay, uncross ankle and we move into the other side. Left foot is crossing over the right knee. Okay, hold here again and just taking notice where your pelvis is. How about your knee? How's your knee? Okay, a little bit deeper opening into the left side of the hip. We wrap our arms around the right leg. Okay, now opening up maybe a little bit differently into our hip. Take your legs over to the right side, just a little bit of a tip. So take the left foot over to the right, just a little there, and tip. So outside of the boot, and come back to the center, and take the foot down and cross your ankle. Nicely done. Take one knee into the chest, the other knee into your chest. Take the legs up or legs up the wall and point and flex. Now hold your feet flexed and push your heels up towards the side. Open up the legs a little bit into a V, so small V. Bring them back towards the center. Bend through the knees. Pull those knees into the chest a little bit more. Float one foot down, the other foot down. Into our next pose, opening up into the side of our body. We extend both of our legs straight onto the floor and into our banana pose. Walk the legs over towards the right corner of your mat. Upper body, walking it over to the right corner of the mat. If this works for you, our arms go overhead. You can hold onto your hands or you can have your elbows just down towards the ground. See what's going to work for you, because this is a big opening into the shoulders and you might not find it comfortable just yet for the shoulder, might not be accessible for you. How about if we cross our left ankle over top of the right ankle though? See if that would work for you. So here, all along the side of our body, into your IT band, into your rib cage, which they're your intercostals. And breathe. Okay, uncrossing the ankles. Releasing your arms back to the side and then taking your upper body back. Lower body coming back towards into the other side. Feet over to the left corner of the mat and upper body over to the left corner. Okay, notice if your right hip is really lifting up, and if so, then just coming out of this banana shape a little bit. Now, arms, would you like to bring them overhead? How about crossing your right ankle over top of the left knee? I mean the left ankle. I know you caught that. It's like it's over. But crossing those ankles and let yourself go. And uncrossing the ankle. Releasing the arms. Take your upper body back. Lower body back. And bending one knee, then the other knee, and we take one knee, other knee back into the chest and keeping yourself a squeeze. You can place your hands underneath the knee pits or on top of the knees and just hold. How about we do that rocking side to side? Getting nice massage into our spine and center. Float the foot, one foot, other foot down towards the ground. Taking the right arm overhead, roll over to your right side to fetal, and we hold here for a moment. And then gently coming up. Take the left leg in front, right leg behind. We have deer pose for our next pose. So we're going to get into our hip flexors that they wrap around to our lower back. Then inhale breath, sitting up tall. Exhale, twist over towards the left side. And how are our shoulders? Would we be able to use our exhale breath to help them soften? Exhale breath, come out of the twist. To our other side. So now I'm just going to turn this way so that you can see me. So that we take our right leg in front, left leg comes behind. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, pelvic tilt, and we rotate towards the right side. Checking in with your shoulders again. Soften. Coming out of the twist. You release. Okay. Now, with our legs long towards the front, remove the fleshy part from your bottom. Into Dandasana, we sit up tall. Place your hands down towards the ground and sitting up tall and toes up towards the sky. How about if we do just a slight tip of the chin towards the chest. So we're here lengthening through our cervical spine. With the inhale breath, draw your head up. Exhale breath, take your hands behind, bend through the knees. Okay, feet wider than the shoulders again. And let's do the windshield wiper knees. I wonder how your pelvis feels now compared to beginning of our class. We're only 15 minutes into our class, so it's always nice to start to check in with our physical body. Turn your attention to how you're feeling. Once we start to let ourselves start to release and let go, that's always a good point. Okay, now take the right foot in towards the left inner thigh. With an inhale breath, sitting up tall, and exhale breath, coming over top. Now, notice your back. So instead of rounding through our spine, let's sit up tall and then a hinge forward and hold. You could look at your left big toe. Sometimes turning your palms up towards the sky will help release the shoulders. Now inhale breath, make your way back up. And exhale breath, we switch sides. Inhale, sitting tall. Exhale, come and over. And again, notice your spine. And inhale, sitting up tall. Exhale, come out, bending through the knees. Okay. We're not going to open up too much in the shoulders just yet. We had that bigger opening before when the arms came overhead. Here, I would like you to tent your fingers behind. Draw your heart up towards the sky. We're going to come into a little lift here. So you can take your feet forward with your heels down towards the ground. Lift your chest up. Now letting your heart shine up towards the sky, and we let ourselves smile and breathe. A nice big inhale breath. Nasal breathing. One more. And exhale breath. Release. Slide those feet forward. Okay, ankles, knees, hips in line with each other. That's 2 fists distance, as if we were standing with an inhale breath. You may take your arms overhead and reach up for the sky. Exhale, hold over. Now, where would you like your gaze to be? At your big toes. You could have nose to the knee, shoulders soften. Inhale breath, make your way back up. And exhale, release. Sitting up tall there. Okay, bend through the knees and back to all fours. You may double up your mat if you find that you need a little bit more support. Step forward with the right hand, step forward with the left hand into our downward facing dog. Okay, and we push those hips up towards the sky. Now, I'm going to step my feet a little bit closer to my hands. You might want to do the same thing. That way, I'm going to get my heels down towards the floor just a little bit more. And the outside of your shoulders, just drop them down. So rotating, drop down. Let's alternate knee bends. Come onto the balls of your feet. Lifting the right leg up for three-legged dog. And that right leg lifts up. Bend through the knee now. So knee is bent. I'm sorry you can't see it in the video, but bend your knee, flex your foot, and hold. And now release, take your foot back, and then to the other side. Lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Bend through the knee, flex your foot, and then take your foot down and release back into all fours and into puppy pose. So we're going to take the pressure off those wrists. Step forward the right hand, left hand. Let the forehead rest. Notice in puppy pose, we're getting into the backs of the arms, into the shoulders. Coming out of puppy pose to tabletop all fours. Okay. Now we lift up our right arm up into the sky. And as we do so, take your thumb up towards the sky, no higher than the shoulder, doesn't need to be, and then bring your hand down. Into the other side, extend and lift, rotate, so that your thumb turns up and then bring your hand down. Let's add our opposite leg with this. So right arm, left leg, and we lift, no higher than hip, shoulder level. And then exhale down to the other side. Inhale, draw up. Exhale, draw down. Touching my butt. Inhale, drawing up. And then exhale, drawing down. That's a good work, good place to reach. Oh, reach for something. And then release. Inhale, drawing up. And flex your foot. And then exhale, draw down. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do two more on each side. Hear your breath. Be strong. One more on each side. And exhale. Release. Okay, how about we come into child's pose? So child's pose, let the forehead rest. Your arms could be forward. Your arms could be by the side of the body. You may have your knees forward or turned out. It feels good for you right now. And coming out of child's pose to all fours. Okay. Here, I'm just gonna come at an angle so that you can see me. Okay, all fours, take your right leg out to the side. And onto the edge, inside edge of your foot, and then roll your foot down. So we're gonna get into our inner thighs here. You can sit your bottom back into the heel. You can come down to your forearms, and then you're taking the pressure off of the wrists. If you need some more support for the knee, you can double up your mat. This pose seems to be really nice for the knee. It doesn't seem to be, it doesn't put as much pressure or anything onto the knees. Hopefully that is what you're experiencing too. Coming out. So important, taking care of our joints, and then we're bringing the foot back into our other side. We do have space here, so just turn my body and then taking the left foot up. I think I'll have to turn on angles so that you can see me though. And then onto the inside edge, and then roll the foot back. Roll the foot down. And now, what would you like to do for our forearms? Come down. Would you like to sit your bottom back into the heel? And now coming out. I'll bring your arms back up, and then to the inside edge and slide that foot back. Okay, to all fours. Step forward with the right hand, step forward with the left hand into downward facing dog. Three-legged dog, right leg lifts. Bend through the knee and step into the inside between your hands right here. So we have our low lunge. Drop the hips down. Would you like a little bit more cushioning for the knee? Double up your mat. Okay. We drop the hips down. A bit deeper. Now coming up, let's kickstand the back leg. So kickstand that back leg so that your shin is parallel to the back edge. Walk your hands over to the left side. Take your hands wider than the shoulders. With an inhale, lift, exhale, draw your forehead down towards the ground. Now, how is this big opening into the right side of our hip? I hope you're breathing into the side. Could be a big opening just like me. Feeling how maybe tight this area is. Knee pointing straight ahead. With an inhale, make your way out. Exhale, coming back. Stand that leg back. And then lifting that back knee. Come back to downward facing dog. Okay, three-legged dog into the other side. And taking your left foot between your hands. Okay, drop the hips. And we're breathing. See if you can support yourself onto your left leg. How would we take the right knee down though? Your mat. Drop the hips down a little bit more. Okay, kickstand, back leg. Take your hands over to the right side. Now you want your front knee pointing straight ahead. Hands wider than the shoulders with an inhale breath. Lengthen, exhale, fold. In breath, make your way out and exhale, come out of the twist. Taking it off the ground. Oh, that's a lot. And then downward facing dog. And release to all fours. Let's go into child's pose, or you can come into puppy pose. What would you like to do? You get to decide. And forehead resting. Slowly coming out. To all fours again. Okay, now a little bit deeper into our shoulders. Inhale, sweep your right arm up. Exhale, threading the needle over to the left side. Let the head rest. Do you want to bring your left arm forward though and turn your thumb up towards the sky to get a little bit back into back of your shoulder? Coming out, take your left arm back, and with an inhale breath, take your right arm back to shoulder height. Exhale, and places down. Okay, other side. Inhale, sweep your arm up to shoulder height. Exhale, threading the needle. Okay, here the forehead rests. Now again, if you wanted to bring your right arm forward, turn your thumb up towards the sky. Coming out, take your hand back and inhale. Take your left arm up, shoulder height, and exhale, release. Okay, let's roll over to the side of our body and just take a break from our wrists here. Now sitting, sitting, and I'll just turn so that you can see me. You can have your legs out. You can sit on a chair, something that's comfortable for you. You can sit in butterfly, just finding that comfortable pose when you're sitting like this. We're going to come into an opening into our shoulders. So take your hands behind. Take your hands so that they're on the small of your back with your fingers pointing down. And draw the shoulders back. Inhale, draw them up. Exhale, help you come into a little back bend. With the exhale breath, come out. Okay. Did anyone notice if their wrists are feeling a little bit warm? Hands feeling warm? So just let's do a little roll for our wrists and then release. Okay, how about if we make our way to butterfly? Inhale, sit tall again, always sitting tall. And for the first butterfly, we're going to come down with our back so that it's straight. So inhale, sit tall, and exhale, fold over. Okay, shoulders relax. Inhale, make your way up. Exhale, release, and you can release those legs straight ahead. If you wanted to add cushion so that your knees are supported, you can for butterfly. Okay, next butterfly. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, fold over, and you can open up your feet like a book, and here you can round through your spine. You can also bring your arms in front, and then just let yourself go. Inhale breath, make your way. And release those legs forward with the exhale and shake, shake, shake. Out. Moving into a twist, cross your right leg over top of the left leg. Take your right hand down, tend to your fingers. And it's nice to push your body up with that arm. We're using it for support. The left hand could be on the outside, or with an inhale breath, reach up to the sky. Exhale, take your elbow into the outside. And we twist over towards the right side. How are the shoulders again? And how is your back or your spine? Are we able to sit up tall and come into a deeper twist? So with each inhale breath, sit taller. And the exhale breath, come into a deeper twist. Coming out of the twist with your exhale breath though, making your way back to the center, a little twist to the other side. And coming out. Okay, to our other side. Press your left leg over and left hand, tap your fingers with an inhale breath, sitting up tall. Right hand can be on the outside or elbow onto the outside. Exhale, twist. And we add that nice big twist, looking over the shoulder for the last part. How's your breathing here in this twist? Are you able to have an even breath? The exhale breath carries us out of the twist. And let me do a little twist to the other side. And release. Once again, we take those legs forward and point and flex the feet. Just like we did earlier. Okay, come to table, reverse tabletop, bending through the knees. Now, we have our hands down. They can be wider than the shoulders. And you can tent your fingers and lift your heart towards the sky, or your palms down and lift your heart up. Or you can have your fingers about 3 inches away from your bottom with your fingers pointing towards your bottom. See what's going to be the best for you. And then when you come into reverse tabletop, you don't have to lift your bottom, just lift your heart up towards the sky, or you are lifting your bottom and you lift the bottom up into a nice table. What are we balancing on our belly? Lift a little higher. Big opening here for the shoulders. With our exhale breath, make your way out. And those wrists. We've done a lot of work for our wrists. Let yourself settle. Now we are more than halfway through our class. This is when you start to really feel how you can start to feel rejuvenated. That's so wonderful. So let's roll over, and we're going to roll over so that we're going to be on the side of the body. And let your head rest here. And with our spine, I want you to just kind of wiggle it like this. So you're going to press down with the hand that's in front and just do a wiggle through spine. Massage those organs. Beautiful. Now roll over onto the front of the body. So you're prone and into Shavasana with our right cheek resting, arms by the side of the body. Coming out of Shavasana into locust pose. And turn your head and bring your legs, bring your arms up, draw the navel in and lift, 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 lift. And keep lifting higher, higher, and release back into Shavasana. Let the left chest. We notice our palms. We notice our wrists. We feel the rise and the fall of our belly. Making our way to half bow, a version of half bow. So turn your head, take one arm, then the other arm towards the front. Okay. The forehead will rest onto your left arm, bending through the right knee. Pelvic tilt as you hold onto the right ankle and do your pelvic tilt. Now, flex your foot as if you're kicking, you're doing your pelvic tilt, but kicking away, let the forehead rest. If this does not work for you right now, so not accessible, come onto the side of the body. That's always another nice version. And making your way out, and then we move into the other side. Just switching right arm ahead. Hold on to the left ankle, pelvic tilt, kicking your foot away, let the forehead rest. Remember, you can be on the side of the body too. Slowly release. And into crocodile pose, take both arms forward, let the forehead rest. Our next pose, into full bow. If you want to do it with me, or of course doing something else that works for you too. So bending the right knee, bending the left knee. Here, draw the navel in, holding onto those ankles, and we lift, lift, kicking your legs away as you lift higher, 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 and then release back into crocodile pose. And release. Taking the right knee up towards the armpit, coming up so that you're on your forearms. Now take the left arm, threading the needle, take it underneath of the right arm and take your right arm up and over top. You can bring your arms in line with your shoulders. Now this is definitely a bigger opening into your shoulders, so just being careful. If you wanted to take your right arm, just tuck it in, you could do that. You could have a prop underneath of your right shoulder that you can rest on. Nice cushion, a block. You may add a turn of your head towards the right side. A bigger twist would be having your left hand onto the outside of the right knee, drawing down. Okay, coming out, turn your head, take your arm back, coming out, and to the other side. Okay, take the knee up, and we lift up. The right arm now will be coming underneath of the left arm, and threading the needle, and take your left arm up and over. And again, we notice this big opening into the left side of the shoulder. So does it work for you? Turn your head. You could place your hand onto the outside of the left knee. Turn your head back. Bring your arm back. And we make our way back to our crocodile pose. And coming out. So you can do a little roll over if you wanted to. And that would look like, just bring your leg over, up and over, and roll over to your back. One knee, other knee, back into our chest. Take your legs over to towards the right side. Now this is actually kind of just like what we did. Bring your arms in line with the shoulders. You can have your elbows bent. And turn your head opposite way, the knees. And a nice breath in and out through our nose. Bring your head back to the center. Bring your legs back to the center. Whew. And now over to the other side. Smash up my body and over to the other side. Arms, bring them up. Turn your head the opposite way. Bring your head back to the center. Legs coming back to the center and knees into the chest. Take one foot and the other foot down towards the ground. What if we extend our legs straight this way? So we were on front of our body. I just want you to notice here what it feels like for your lower back. Now, bending one knee and then the other knee. And then we take notice of what our lower back feels like. Having the knees bent definitely makes a difference for our lower back. So we take one knee in towards the chest. Let's take our right knee into the chest. Extend your left leg straight. Okay, let's get in. To our lower back here, help we get to soften. Now take the left knee into the chest, right foot down to the ground. You can hold underneath of your knee pit or above your knee. Extend your right leg onto the ground. And hold. Bending through the right knee, take both knees into the chest. Find that balance. Symmetrical, and then we take the right foot, left foot down towards the ground into a flowing bridge. So always looking up to the sky when we have our flowing bridge, hands palms down towards the ground. With an inhale, draw your pelvis up towards the sky. Knees away from the hips. Exhale, draw the pelvis down. Okay, here we go again. We draw up, knees reaching away from your pelvis, and exhale, draw down. And we have one more time through. And exhale, draw down. Okay. And hold. Place your hands soft to the hip bones. You may come into happy baby with me, taking the knees into the armpit. You can hold underneath the knees, ankles, outside edges of the feet. And this one's always fun to do with the rocking first. Just side to side. Here's our massage. And center. Hold stillness. And we use our breath. So that inhale, open. Exhale, soften. Coming out, taking your knees back towards center, putting one foot, other foot down towards the ground. Our final pose, Shavasana. So you can be right here already, lying on your back. You can have your knees bent, or you're taking one leg to out to the side and then the other out to the side. You know, have your arms down and a little bit further away from your body. If you wanted to, of course, place a blanket onto your body so you're nice and warm before you come into Shavasana, please do so. Be seated. Finding what's going to work for you. Into a natural breath. Our lips part. Feel your eye sockets be heavy as you close your eyes. Facial muscles soften. Knowing that you can let go. Call you back when it is time. Slowly starting to make your way out by noticing any sounds around you. Maybe a shift through the body. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Now, if you're lying down, bending one knee, bending the other knee, taking your right arm overhead and rolling over to the right side to fetal, and then making your way up to a comfortable seated pose for yourself. Placing your hands to your heart center. Now I just want to come back to our quote. Use your smile to change the world. Don't let the world change your smile. Feeling refreshed, rejuvenated as we move through the rest of our week. Feeling calm and content. Namaste.